In this video, I'm going to share with you how I make more than $3,000 a month from YouTubing about cars in South Africa. I did say rands. Anyways, we'll get into the detail later, but first, let's rewind back to a time where we weren't allowed to buy plukkies, which is all I wear, and we had to stay at home for almost a year. To keep busy, I ran a 5 kilometer, a 10 kilometer, a 21.1 kilometer, and a full marathon here in my garden. I also started a motorcycle blog, which GPT killed since then, and this YouTube channel in order to push traffic to the bike site. Now, why did I start a motorcycle channel? I've loved bikes since I was small, and when we got married, my wife and I got 650s and we started traveling through the Karoo, through Namibia with our friends, the Wild Coast. Later we did a trip around South Africa on 125cc bikes, and 2 years later we did a Cape to Cairo trip over 3 months on 200cc Chinese delivery bikes. I made a video on that, and that's still my second most watched video on this channel, so you can go and check it out up here somewhere. Now, we both stopped riding when we became parents, and this was a way to get back into biking. So it was a nice excuse to buy a bike again. Also, to target the US audience, it's easier with motorcycles because they are the same all over the world. They are imported from wherever they're manufactured. It's not like cars where you don't get these cars in the US. And the reason I targeted the US audience is the ad rates per view is as much as 10 times higher in the US versus South Africa. But the comments are also 10 times ruder. Now, after a series of events last year, I sold my BMW R1200 GS Adventure and I kind of stopped making videos. But earlier this year, I decided I'm going to switch from bikes in the US to cars in South Africa. I've always loved second-hand cars, buying and keeping them for a while and selling them again, just experiencing all the old cars. But I was worried that there's not an audience for that in South Africa. But at the time I had 8,000 subscribers, so I took the chance and bought the Suzuki Super Carry at We Buy Cars, and the results were overwhelming. I'm really humbled by the support. Since then I've nearly doubled my subscribers, and I've had so many comments and positive vibes from you guys watching these videos, so I really want to thank you for that. I've also bought that SLK at We Buy Cars, sold it for a profit. I still need to make the video on it. And then that blue Suzuki that got a lot of interest in the last 2 videos. So again, I just want to thank everyone for watching and commenting and supporting this channel. Now, flipping cars is pretty new to me. I've only done 2 since I started now, the Suzuki Super Carry and the SLK. I made profit on both. I'm not turning into a second-hand car salesman. I would suck at that. But making a bit of profit helps me justify spending time on this channel. So now for all the detail on how to run a YouTube channel specifically on cars in South Africa. If you have any questions, please comment and I'll answer every single one. So let's jump straight into the thing that you all wanted to know. How much money do I make? Now, I'd love to say it's $3,000, but it's not. My best month so far was probably around 7,000 Rand. But on average, now with 15,000 subscribers and between 100 and 200,000 views per month, it sits around 3,000 Rand a month. So yes, it's nothing to scoff at, but you can't pay the bills with that. My best video so far, it's mostly US audience, has made 19,000 Rand over the 5 years or 4 years that it's been out there. I wouldn't quit my day job just yet. So if you'd like to support the channel, the best you can do is keep watching these videos, comment on them, share it with car buddies of yours, and if you feel like you want to contribute to buying more second-hand cars to make these videos, I've got a Patreon account that I just started. I haven't posted in any videos, but the link is in the description and on the screen. But honestly, just liking the videos and commenting and watching them all the way through really makes a big difference. And I really thank everyone that's been supporting the channel. Then in the last few months, I've been getting a lot of emails from companies that want to feature their products on the channel. One of them was Radar Tires, which sponsored this set of all-terrain tires for the Fortuner. So I didn't pay for them. I also got an X-Tool A30M scan tool. I've made a video, I'll link it in the description. I've got 2 more scan tools on their way. So these things are nice, but it adds a bit of stress because you want to be honest with your audience, and you want to give exposure to the companies without being biased. It's nice to get the tools, but you can't buy bread with them. Now, if you want to be on YouTube, you have to get used to negative comments. There are always going to be people who just had a bad day or want to get stuff off their chest, and they're going to use your channel for it. Now, initially it bugged me and I felt like I had to defend myself. But these days I've learned to actually like those comments. I kind of feel bad for those people. I mean, what has to go on in your life that you will spend time actually typing something negative on someone else's channel that's actually making an effort to create something? And you'll never find a negative comment from someone that is actually creating stuff themselves. So I try to convert them, but if it's just really rude, I just try to say something funny back. People in South Africa watching this channel is overwhelmingly positive and supportive, and that is really an awesome experience. And the best thing recently was when my first fans recognized me in public. So thank you, Vincenzo, if you're watching from the brewery, and your colleagues. It was awesome and quite embarrassing getting recognized in public. Okay, so let's chat about equipment. Initially, I had an old DSLR. I think it was a Canon 600D or 60D, I can't remember. And I used to shoot with that. Later, because the sound was terrible, I got a directional mic. And in the wind, it was also just horrible, and you had to be quite close to it. I bought a GoPro 10 later, thinking that the different angles will make a difference, and it just became such a mission downloading all the content. So what I'm currently doing is I'm just shooting with my iPhone 14, and I sometimes use this DJI microphone. I'll post a link in the description. I can't remember what it's called. Now, you can do it without this. It will just sound like this. But with the mic, I can move away from the camera, and I can film in wind, which is very annoying if you don't have one of these dead cats that looks more like a dead mouse. So that's all I use now, the camera and this mic. And the nice thing about the iPhone is I can quickly airdrop it to my Mac and start editing immediately. So for editing, I've used Premiere Pro, Camtasia, the free software on the Mac, but nothing compares to what I use now, DaVinci Resolve. It's a free software. You can just download it. It's super powerful. It's very versatile. There's so much you can do with it, and it's very user-friendly. It's so easy to learn, and I've never had any issues with it crashing on my MacBook Air. So yeah, that's what I use to make these videos. So I'd love to give you some tips on the process and how to make these videos, but honestly, I don't plan them too far in advance. Most of them you would have seen is just me standing next to a car or sitting inside and chatting to the camera. Yes, I've got some notes on a piece of paper, sometimes on my phone, sometimes on my computer, just bullet points to keep my thoughts organized. Now, doing something like this one where I jump around a lot is a first for me, and I don't know whether it's going to work. But anyways, the biggest advice there is to don't overcomplicate it and to just speak. Make some notes and speak. Don't script it. Don't try to memorize your words, because I can guarantee you're going to take forever. So how do I decide which cars to buy for the channel? Well, I just buy stuff that I've always wanted to own. Yes, I do take into consideration the financial risk, so I don't want to buy something that will ruin me, like a Land Rover or a Range Rover, but I'm willing to take chances if the risk is not too big. And if I can make a profit, it just makes this channel more sustainable. So my plans for the channel is I'll keep buying cars that I can flip for a profit to build up funds to go bigger. I do want to buy some classic car. I've got a real love for the old Mercedes W123 series, and I've never owned a diesel before. So comment below if you'd like to see an old Merc diesel. And something else that I've been playing around with is a crazy off-road build, like buy a proper, like a road car and then put off-road tires on their roof rack, snorkel, and like a crazy build, or a rally car. But I don't think it'll get a lot of views, and it is important because I need to fund this somehow. So which of my videos does the best? It's always where I take the biggest risk, like buying from We Buy Cars on auction, or whenever I put big mistake with a question mark on the thumbnail. And the problem with that is you need to back that up with the content in the video, otherwise people just click away. And so far I've done that, and I've got a bit of negative comments for some of them. People didn't watch the videos through, but those are the videos that does the best. The ones that I love, where I work on the cars or go for a drive in the dirt, they generally don't do as well. So that's why I really appreciate it whenever you watch and comment on the videos, because the more the videos get watched, the more I can make those types of content. So if there's anything specific you'd like to see, please comment below, because it also gives me an idea of what I could do on the channel. And now for some advice if you want to start a YouTube channel, a car channel, or anything else in South Africa. So I had to write it down because I don't want to miss any of the good stuff. But sorry to say, the first thing is the best advice is to just start. Don't overthink it, just start making videos. It's going to be rubbish in the beginning, and that's okay. Just keep making videos and learn from the process. Do what you want and don't expect quick wins. If you don't enjoy the process, you're not going to be consistent and you're going to quit. And if you take a break, that's fine. Just get back in there when you feel like it and just keep posting videos. You'll see all the big YouTubers, their first videos from 8 or 10 years ago is all rubbish. Then don't overproduce it. Don't worry about fancy cameras. I'm walking here with my iPhone without that fancy mic, with a piece of paper. Just make the videos. And one thing that really made it all click for me was something that Gary Vaynerchuk said, or Gary V, and that was, pick something you like, stick with it, and create consistently for 8 years, and you'll make a success of it. And I'm 5 years, 6 years in, and I'm starting to see some success, and I'm going to continue even if it takes another 8 years. It's not about getting to a place, it's about the process. I know it's a cliche, but it just is how it is. And then some technical advice is don't script it. Yes, I've got a piece of paper, but it's just bullet points. I don't read off the script. So don't read off a script. You got to thank me later. Just try to speak. Redo the video if you have to. I do it over and over again. And then this is by my first take for the tips, by the way. But anyways, and then something else that is super important. I see awesome videos on YouTube sometimes, but the thumbnails and the descriptions aren't great, and people won't click on it if there's not a good thumbnail or a title. So go and look at the stuff that you click on and try to apply that to your videos. And that's why videos are sometimes, it looks a bit clickbaity, but as long as you deliver what you promised in the thumbnail and the title, then people will watch it. So yeah, that's my 2 cents. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I'll answer every single comment below on this video. I usually do anyways. And thank you so much for all the support. I'll see you next time. Cheers.